Okay, so this video is going to be a little bit different than the normal preparation video. This video is going to be targeted towards anyone who's looking to go for World's First Crown of Sorrows completion. That starts on June 4th at 6 p.m. Central Time. As you can see, I've created a spreadsheet that, first of all, I'd like to say will be available in the description. I'll probably make multiple copies because Google can only let 200 people at a time, I think, view a spreadsheet. So this will be useful for DLC day. Yeah, let's just get right into it. The spreadsheet is divided into two sections. One section is about preparation and the other is for the actual leveling strategy. I'm going to try and go over everything as detailed as I possibly can without making it too complicated. If you guys do have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Again, this spreadsheet will be available for everybody to view /save /use on DLC day. So let's just dive into it. Okay. So at the very beginning, like I said, I got the preparation checklist. These are things that you're going to want to prepare before June 4th. These are things you could definitely do the week beforehand. Some of them you have to do the week beforehand. Okay, so let's start with the flashpoint. This is limited to one per character. What you want to do is you're going to want to finish the flashpoint and just don't pick up the engram. It's as simple as that. No matter how many of them you save on one character, when you pick up one of them every week, it will make the rest of them not powerful. So you cannot stack multiple, but you can pre-prepare your flashpoint so you don't have to do it on DLC day. Second thing is the Allegiance quest. If you've not done so already, Allegiance quest has been known to drop +5 on your light level. I don't know if that's going to continue through the DLC, but that's what I have that marked down as. Is up to the last step where you just go talk to the Drifter or the Vanguard and you get your free drop. And then the Ikora 20 bounties, this kind of lines up with the stockpiling Gambit bounties, which I'll get to in a second. You can save any 20 bounties, really. So as long as DLC day hits, you can just rapid fire turn in those bounties, and then that will finish your weekly milestone for Ikora, where you have to complete 20 bounties. Okay, so then this is where things start to get a little bit complicated, at least. The Dreaming City weekly 7 bounties. It kind of explains why you only want to do 7 out of the 8 later in the list, but I'll just explain it now. In previous DLCs, there was a bug that if you saved all 8 bounties prior to DLC release, it would bug out and your drop would not be powerful from Petra. So what you want to do is you want to save 7 out of the 8, and as long as you go pick up a new bounty and complete that, it will give you the powerful drop. And in order to guarantee that you have a bounty available that day, you just want to make sure you don't save any of the Lost Sector bounties. This will make sure that there is a Lost Sector bounty available for you to pick up on DLC day. You finish it real quick. Those are pretty much the fastest ones. So yeah, that's that. Next thing on the list is the Zur bounty. These are the invitations of the 9. If you haven't completed all these, make sure you save them. These are another +5 drop as far as I'm aware. These +5 drops are going to be huge because most of everything else is like +1s. Except for like new content stuff, but we don't know obviously what we're getting yet. The Zur bounty, you just complete up to the last step where you go into the Gambit directory and you launch the mission and you just basically pick up your free reward. Next thing is your weekly 5,000 clan XP from Hawthorne. So what you want to do is just pre-prepare 3 regular clan bounties that give you 2,000 XP. This should allow you to easily get your 5,000 clan XP. All you have to do is turn those in. Pinnacle weapons and exotic weapons from Forsaken or beyond. Anything that is pre-Forsaken will not be powerful going into this DLC. That's how it's worked the past couple of DLCs when they started the new light system back in Forsaken. So, like it says, see column H for that list. That list is right here. And it specifies which of these pinnacles are powerful only one time. And that's more of just the newer pinnacles. All exotics should be powerful every time you do them per character. As far as I know, feel free to correct me. And then next thing on the list is 15 ghost fragments. These are for picking up the spider wanted bounties. These are super quick. You just go pick it up from spider, you go kill a thing, you get a free powerful drop. Oracle bounties, another kind of complicated thing. I just want to state at the beginning of this part that the Oracle bounty itself is it's not a powerful drop. It is used to get a powerful drop, which is why you want to complete it to 50% on each of your characters the week before the DLC. You want to make sure you pick it up late enough in the week that it doesn't expire on DLC day. The reason you do 50% is that if you pre-complete it, it can and has bugged out before that it will not count for one of your 2 Petra weekly bounties completed. On the Petra weekly thing on the map, I don't know how to explain this very well. You have to complete 2 weekly bounties, which is usually the Oracle offering bounty and the Ascendant challenge. So what I'm trying to say is that if you finish it before DLC day, it can bug out, so then you're going to end up missing out on an extra powerful drop from not being able to complete those 2 weeklies. I hope that made sense. Okay. Next thing you want to prepare is you're going to want to prepare 3 tinctures of Queen's Foil. This is just so you can go into the Ascendant Challenge and you don't have to go buy them or look for them, anything like that. Stacking Hawthorne's weekly clan rewards. This is not the 5,000 clan XP one that I just previously mentioned like a minute ago. These are the ones that you get for being in a clan, and every week you complete a Nightfall, Crucible, Gambit, or a raid. You'll get a powerful drop for each of those. It's like in the little engram slot in the top left. You guys know what I'm talking about. And you're going to want to use this on your raid character because those drops, again, are only +1s. And you're going to want to use those to infuse into your weapon/alternate armor that you want to bring into the raid. Okay, then the stockpiling Gambit bounties. This is mostly just for infamy boosts for rank ups. You should be able to get about 3 powerful drops from infamy rank ups if you save enough Gambit bounties. You want to make sure that you don't save any powerful ones at all, including like any of the helmet upgrades on your raid character, because you want to do those later. I'll talk about that. So like I said, don't save any powerful Gambit bounties on your raid character. You can do it on your first 2 characters because those bounties will provide you with a crap ton of infamy. Okay, then the last thing is 6 ballistic logs, just in case you need the weapon frames from Ada. Okay, now getting into the actual power leveling route itself, I put a few disclaimers here. At any point that you can pick up an exotic/pinnacle weapon that you have ready to just go to the tower and pick up, if it benefits you that you will go to the next light level, just dip out of your fire team for a second, go to the tower, pick it up, boom, free light level up, and then the loot that you get there forward will be more beneficial. If you want to be really safe, you want to make sure that you don't complete daily challenges for like Crucible, Gambit, or what is it, Strike, a daily strike, like a few days before launch, just in case these don't reset on DLC day. This route in general will allow up to an hour of like free time / mistakes. Excuse me. So in total, we have 6 hours from reset time to leveling up. We don't know if there's going to be extra time that is taken up by downloading DLC. If the servers are down, you have extra time. If you need to go, if you break your arm, go to the hospital, I don't know, whatever that time may be. The nice part about this route is that you are only required to do about 5 out of 6 hours of like optimal leveling. So there's plenty of time in there for like people who are on console. I know there's a big struggle for PS4 players where the whole copying, downloading issue, I don't want to get it. Okay, moving on. Again, you don't want to, I would recommend that you don't infuse too many things until you are ready to go into the raid. This is just because you want to make sure that you have alternate armor / weapons to bring into the raid. So you're not stuck with one loadout. That's definitely not something that you want to happen. Okay. And this document will be updated it It updates in real time, so yeah. Okay, enough rambling. You want to start leveling with the 2 characters that you're not bringing into the raid. It doesn't matter which order you do them in. You just want to make sure you do your raid character last. So in your first character, for me, this is my hunter. Time limit, 1 hour maximum. Don't go over that. If you're going over that, you're freaking up real good. Okay. So first thing you want to do is you want to go up to the tower and pick up a machine gun frame from Ada. You want to make sure you've at least done the machine gun frame before so it doesn't take 6 years to do. This is something you're going to work on while you're doing stuff in the Dreaming City. So next you're going to want to fly into the Dreaming City and pick up the War for the Dreaming City bounty and the Ascendant Challenge bounty. So you're going to turn in those 7 daily Petra bounties that you have saved and then proceed to pick up the Lost Sector bounty, or if you have any other ones available that should be available to complete the 8 daily bounty weekly bounty. That is so hard to explain. Okay. Next thing you want to do is you're going to want to run into the Ascendant Challenge and complete that real quick. Do a quick speed run. And then following that, you're going to want to do a tier 4 blind well to complete the Oracle Offering bounty. This should complete the other 50% that you have not completed, and that way it doesn't bug out the Oracle Offering. If you do this, then you will get both powerful drops instead of being shafted out of the one. Next thing you're going to do, it's going to be Shattered Throne week that week, so you're going to want to go do the Shattered Throne if you have time. If you're kind of slacking, this is not required that you do the full thing, but is definitely recommended because you get 3 extra drops. It should take like 15 minutes or less if you guys are going optimal. And then after you finished everything in the Dreaming City, by this point, you're going to want to go to Burguzia Forge and craft your machine gun. You should be on the last step by this point, hopefully. If you're going to Burguzia, this allows you to have a chance at Jotun / the Monarch, which is also nice. But it also gives you that guaranteed heavy slot, because heavies can be kind of hard to come around, especially when you don't have any... there are no pinnacle weapons to pick up besides 21% Delirium to get a guaranteed powerful weapon. A powerful power weapon. Next, you're going to want to turn in your Zur bounty, Invitation of the Nine. You just go into the directory, go watch the cutscene, grab your free loot. Next, you're going to want to do the Allegiance quest, your other +5 drop. Just go in, finish the last step. You're going to want to do the 100k Nightfall. Following this will give you 2 powerful drops, one for completing the Nightfall and one for getting 100k. Then you're going to want to go to Spider, pick up the bounty, go to the Spider bounty really quick. Go to the Flashpoint reward that you have pre-saved, just go pick that up. And then you're going to want to turn in your clan XP bounties and go claim that reward. Turn in the remaining bounties that you need for the Ikora 20 bounty milestone if you haven't finished that. And then by this point, you've pretty much burned everything that you want to on your first character, except if you have extra pinnacles / exotics that you can pick up and it boosts your light or your gun's light level even a little bit, definitely do that. So that's first character completed. After you're done with your first character, you're going to want to use something like Dim or use the Vault, whatever you have to. Switch your weapons over to your second character. Again, not your raid character. Whichever is, mine's going to be my Warlock. So, on your second character, you have your guns transferred. You want to fly into the Dreaming City and pick up the War for the Dreaming City bounty and the Ascendant Challenge bounty. Turn in the 7 daily bounties that you've saved, and then do the Lost Sector thing for the 8th bounty. This is, it's the same thing. The reason that Dreaming City is in this particular order is because that your weapons are higher than your armor at this point. You're going to, say for example, my weapons are at 705 and my armor is still at 700 on your second character. Dreaming City drops, for whatever reason, are very lenient towards armor drops, which is why we put it in this specific order. That way you can get some armor at this point to help boost up your light level a little bit to try and even out with your weapons. So just going through the list again, you're just going to complete everything in the same order, at least in the Dreaming City, to complete all the Dreaming City stuff. So after you're done with your Dreaming City, you're going to want to go to the tower and pick up an Ada weapon frame if you need it. If it can benefit you as a +1 drop in any slot, pick up whatever frame you may need and go to Mars, farm it up, and complete that really quick. Again, going to Berguzia Forge to finish it. Following this, the 100k Nightfall, again, 2 drops, your Flashpoint, your Spider Bounty, the Allegiance Quest, and the 20 Bounty Ikora Weekly Milestone, your 5,000 Clan XP Milestone, your Zur Bounty, and then Pinnacle/Exotics that you have saved again. Again, the point to reiterate that you want to have your weapons as high as they can possibly be before you transfer them to the next character, because you cannot transfer your armor. Okay, so now you're finally ready to move over to your raid character. You switch all your weapons over that you may need, not just the highest ones, because again, you're going to want to have multiple weapons to bring into the raid. So this is the character where you should have about 4 hours remaining, ideally, and it should take, if you're going optimally, about 3 hours, 30 minutes if you're doing everything optimally. So you should have about an extra 30-minute window just in case things go wrong. You have to run to the tower. Okay, so start by going to the tower. You're going to want to pick up all powerful bounties. This is 2 Drifter Gambit bounties. There's one for unlocking the tier 3 synthesizer, which is for Gambit Prime, and then you're going to want to pick up the regular Gambit Weekly that's been there forever, and then you're going to want to pick up the Reaper Head Upgrade Bounty. This will guarantee you a helmet drop off the bat, which is very, very critical. And then you're going to want to pick up an Ada weapon frame. You can adjust to whatever you think you may need. It's more of a guess at this point, honestly. Yeah. And then if Hawthorne's extra clan bounty is there, I don't know if that resets on the new season or not. Okay, so you're going to want to start by going into Reckoning and completing the weekly milestone for Reckoning, because that gives you an armor drop as well. You're going to want to hope that it doesn't give you a helmet, because you're getting that guaranteed helmet with the Reaper Head Upgrade bounty. Yeah. So you just go in, you're going to want to boot up tier 3 Reckoning, and you're just going to want to blaze through, I think it's 4 of those for the Reaper Head Upgrade bounty, making sure that you put in the motes, otherwise it will not count towards the bounty's progression. And then after you've completed the 4 tier 3 Reckonings, you're going to want to launch into Gambit Prime and complete the other half of the Reaper Head Upgrade bounty. Once you're done with that, turn it in. By this point, you should be hoping that you got those 2 guaranteed armor drops, hoping that you didn't get the double helmet. You have a very good chance not to, but if you do, I apologize. That sucks. After you're done with the Gambit stuff, you're going to want to load up the Dreaming City, doing everything in the Dreaming City again, as same as your other 2 characters, hoping for those armor drops to try and fill up those slots and boost your light level up with those weapons that you transferred. Following this, it's really just a list of... Okay, I guess that works. It's a list of extra things that you can do. This does not include every powerful within the week, I guess. Another thing that I forgot to mention very stupidly is that Scourge of the Past and Last Wish will both be disabled until World's First Crown of Sorrows has happened. So that's not an option. Just wanted to throw that out there. Going through the list, you're going to want to do a daily Crucible match. You can just go into Rumble, because Rumble can be pretty quick. The reason not for doing the weekly is because it takes an extra 4 games, which takes up a ton of time, and it's not optimal. You're going to want to finish your weekly Gambit Prime milestone if you haven't finished that from earlier. 3 Heroic Vanguard story missions. Pick the fastest one, obviously, that you can. 3 Heroic Vanguard strikes. Make sure that you and your fire team are on the same subclass type, Arc, Void, Solar, to count towards that weekly progression drop. Next, you want to do bounties, or turn in your bounties for your 5k clan XP, turn in your Flashpoint reward, the Spider bounty, the daily, is it the daily Heroic Adventure? It's the one that's powerful. I don't know if it's daily or not. Unprofessional, but unlucky. The Vanguard Nightfall, 100k again for those 2 drops. 2 Ada weapon frames. It doesn't really matter, again, which ones you do. If it doesn't benefit you, just do them anyways if you have extra time, because when you complete that second frame, you will get an armor drop from Ada, And I really think armor is going to be the biggest issue rolling into this raid, is trying to get your armor infused up and getting good drops for that. Because again, we only have 6 hours. This is kind of wild. 20 Ikora bounties, Allegiance Quest finish, and Xur bounty finish. I put these at the end because, again, the +5 drops, and you're going to want to get those at the end because those could be a good bump up. That's a good word for it. And then at this point, you're going to want to turn in those pre-saved clan engrams, not the 5,000 XP ones. These are the ones for, again, Gambit, Crucible, Nightfall, and Raids. You're going to infuse these into other weapons / armor pieces that you want to use for the raid, making sure that you're not stuck with one loadout. And any remaining exotic / pinnacles to maximize your guns. Other than that, take a small break. If I could give any tips to anybody going for Worlds First, make sure that your mind is clear. You don't want to go from a 6-hour grind right into the raid. Your mind is clear. Piss, eat, whatever you got to do. Just take a small break before the raid. Good luck to anybody going for the World's First completion. This raid is going to be kind of nuts. I feel like just because I think people are going to be very underleveled going into this. They said the first encounter is going to be 715, and I think it's going to scale up by 5 each encounter as it has done in previous raids, like Last Wish, for example. Started at, I think it was 550 and scaled up to 585. Maybe it was 560. I think it was 560. Anyways, yeah, it should be a fun time, man. If you guys have any questions about anything, I know this is more of a ramble than anything. Started a bit here and there, but again, this document will be available to everybody down in the description below. If you guys have any questions about anything, I will try my best to answer this. And I will be coming out with like maybe a different sort of power guide for anybody who's just trying to hit 750 anytime in the near future. Once the new content rolls around, I'll let you know what's good there. Thank you so much for watching, listening to an idiot ramble about raid prep. I hope this was helpful. If it was, like the video, share it, do all that stuff, dude. I'll catch you in the next one.